Today we will be talking about Mars and Taurus. Um, what's today? I think today is like, oh, shit. What's today? Okay, so we're closing out on today's day. All right, we're almost at the end of the month. May has 31 days. I'm assuming, yeah. So you'll notice too, right, with just months in general, how it'll skip, right? So this month will have 31 days. June will have 30 days. July will have 31 days. I think August. I think August. Okay, well, August has 31 days, but I think September has 30 days. September got 30 days. So some months got 30 days, some months got 31 days, and the only month that has 28 days is February. All right, that's irrelevant. Well, it's not really irrelevant, but you'll start noticing a miniature correlation of the dates of the month too with certain months. So, it's ELI'S.JYESTHA. I hope everybody is having a great, great, great day. Hope everyone is having a good day. I have my phone on the charger, so mind me. So today we will be talking about Mars and Taurus. I know I just said that, but not just anybody who has this natural planet and the weak sign, I mean, or debilitation placement. I hope your day, I hope like whatever you're out to accomplish. Thank you for asking me to watch your videos. I appreciate anybody here, whether it's negative, positive, who just want to comment. It just shows me that like you your energy could be anywhere, but it's on my channel. Like, and I'm being genuine when I say that. So thank you. Okay, so today I'm gonna tell you guys we have the sun transiting Gemini. It should be 3 to 4 or 5 degrees right now, if I'm not mistaken. But we have the moon in Scorpio, we have Mars in Taurus, we have Mercury, I think, in Gemini. So we have a lot of transits to discuss, like just in general, right? I just want to clarify that. I bring out one of my old hats because I'm not. I know my hair is blasphemy. Anyways, where to begin? So Mars is going to transit in Taurus for about, if it doesn't retrograde, it'll be in the sign for about 2 to 3 weeks max. Be in a sign for at least a clean month, or if it's not a month, it's gonna be shorter, probably like 3 weeks, 3 weeks max. All right. All right. So, boom. What is Mars, and why do I say debilitation in astrology is when a planet goes into a specific sign that it does not do good in. All right. So if Mercury was to be in Sagittarius, if Mercury was to be in Pisces, it would struggle within that sign because it's not normally placed in that sign. It's an enemy sign, meaning that it usually always has complications. It's something you got to actually work on. Okay, whether if you have Mercury and Sag, Mercury going into Sag, you got to work on pronunciation of words, how you communicate, and not saying too much of illogical statements. just a lot of different things when a planet reaches a sign that it necessarily doesn't agree with. Okay. So we're going to be talking about Mars hitting Taurus again, part 2. So, what is Mars? Mars is your adversities, your agitations, your energy, your identity, your your direction, the people who 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 accompanies you, the people who challenges you, how do you win with adversities, um, how do you deal with adversities, how do you deal with personable personable um per personable accusations. um Mars is your anger, Mars is your reactions, Mars is your impulses. Mars has everything to do with, of course, the word action. Hey Alana, Alan, I'm gonna just call you Ingram. How are you doing? How are you doing? I'm doing good. I hope again, I hope you're doing good, Ingram. I hope everything is fine for you today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. So we're talking about, all right, we're talking about Mars, just in general. The Mars is red. Mars could be cadent. I mean, that's is that right? I think it's cadent, or Mars could be fixed. I mean, Mars could be cardinal. Mars is fixed, but normally it's cardinal because we're always literally doing things. Like, unless you're literally paralyzed. But other than that, you're still you still have that Mars in you. You still have that spirit of fighting within you. So it doesn't matter what you look like, what your circumstances is, how you go about things. Mars is present. Mars is present all the time. Mars is the one, the planet that gets you up. It wants you. It gives you that boost. It gives you that purpose. Mars is your purpose. Why you do the why the do why you do the things you do personally. Why you may not give a good reaction. Why you might act on certain impulses. Mars gives you abilities that your mental not struggles with, but your mental plays with. Mars doesn't play. Mars is straight to the point. Mars wants to get anything that it feels the need to get the job done for yourself. Mars is your personal skills, um, which you're gifted with, which you have a lot of energy in too. Okay, Mars wants you to have a lot of energy in whatever you're doing. It doesn't want you to be too exhausted. It gives you that. It gives you that reason of doing whatever you do or doing whatever you did. It gives you that reason to push ahead. Okay, so Taurus. What is Taurus? Taurus is the Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac. Taurus is your stability. Second house. Taurus is your self worth. Taurus is all your senses. Your eating. I mean your five senses, which is your touch, taste, um, smell, sight, and hearing. Um, Taurus is also your livelihood, how you in your life. So from ages like, I say like three to 3 to 9, three to age 9 or something like that. Um, Wait, 3 to 13. I say 3 to 13. That's your second house. That's Taurus. So how you used to live from of age or of ages, like how your livelihood is. So how you live, what is your everyday cost of living, for yourself specifically. Second house Taurus wants to bring you. Um, oh, let me go back. Second house Taurus is also not just your livelihood, your self value, your values in general. Second house is also um, your worldly transformation, not your subconscious uh, transformation, because your subconscious is hidden, but more so your natural physicality, worldly transformation. How did you go from rags to riches? How did you go from riches to rags? That's second house. Taurus. Okay. Um, Second house is also how your partner may view um your livelihood. Uh, Second house Taurus is how your partner have sexual interactions, your partner's hidden motives. Taurus second house is also your not only your livelihood and how you've been living, but it's more so oriented towards, since it's Earth, it's more so how your family livelihood is. So how rich is your family? What tax bracket is your family in? That's from anybody's chart. You can aim at second house. Just look at Taurus. Look where the planet is at. Look what element it is. Look if it's fixed. Look if it's cardinal, or look if it's mutable, and that will tell you how the motion between you and your the people you live day to day with, or in your livelihood. It tells you how presented, how much their self-worth is, or how their self-worth is in general. Okay, so it kind of gives you that that mentality, or that substance, to kind of like not just fit in, but just have that motion of whoever is around you plays a big part of your livelihood to help you either increase in value or decrease in value. Second house is, of course, your weight, your personal weight. Um, Taurus is Taurus is um, many different things into one. Second house is your personal pace. So how do you pace yourself in life? Um, how slow do you go? How fast do you go? Uh, how fast do you get money? How slow do you get money? And what formats of ways you can possibly owe to gain or get money. Okay, so this is all coming from the second house, and is aspecting the eighth house, which is Scorpio. Okay, Taurus's second house is also what your family look like, and what you personally, what your personal look is day to day, how you would like to look in different ways. Taurus is a sign of it's a fixed sign, meaning that it tries to keep the energy very stabilized. It tries to keep the energy very um not just stabilized, but it tries to keep the energy just as in the pace you will personally, would the pace you personally grew up in. Okay. Second house Taurus wants to keep the pace that you're used to, that your behavior pattern is used to, your smell, your sense of touch, your sensibilities is naturally used to day by day. Second house wants to bring that, Taurus wants to bring that frequentness of this, hey, this is what I'm used to. This is how I'm used to it. Unless second house Taurus, the only way for this sign to transform is through um self transformational value of meaning with self. Okay, that's one of the frequent ways that this sign elevates in the physical world as far as transformation. Okay, so Mars and Taurus, why is this sign bad, or why is this sign debilitated? Why is this sign weakened? Why is this sign, all the bad statements that one brings towards astrology? It's debilitated or weakened and Mars and Taurus, it gets weakened because one, Mars is very hot and it can be very, very cold. Very, very cold, ice cold. When it gets into this sign, it becomes three different elements. It becomes earth, it becomes fire, and it becomes water. Okay. Now, earth doesn't fit with really either one of these elements. So it becomes a pretty much odd situation for individuals to kind of control this type of energy. Meaning, um, somebody could cold-heartedly react off of pure emotional energy, and one might not know towards their enemies or their hidden enemies, or is fire, one could get fired up too much to overreaction in this sign. This sign is looking at reactions, all right? And it's good for this sign to have natural pace and control just in general terms, because this sign is debilitated when it comes to reactions. It could overreact, it could get in the sense of unsensibilities, meaning that it could become blind with their own traction of what the sign normally runs when Mars get there. When Mars get there, it kind of gets an out of control nature of what one normally wouldn't do. All right, so we have fire. Fire could, you know, due to one's anger, due to one's personal life, one could be fired up off of one individual's prompts of actions, dress, value, how much one could spend, how much somebody can flaunt, how somebody could on how how powerful they are. And with this sign Taurus, sarcasm is one of the best friends of Taurus, but with the sign of Aries, Scorpio being just Mars in general, it kind of gives that exude of misunderstanding within Mars being in Taurus. Misunderstanding could see somebody's values without getting angry, without somebody proposing how somebody else is identity wise. Meaning their cat. Not everybody thinks you're that bond from 3 to 4 years ago. Sorry, somebody was calling. That's the sun in Gemini. Okay, so everybody still thinks, oh, he's that guy, she's that girl from 3 to 4 months ago. Okay, yeah. They don't know that, you know, you done retransformed yourself, you got new people in your life, you're just different. Now when it comes to Mars being in an earth sign, it becomes in the sense of grounding your anger. Okay, so with this transit placement coming, you will have to control yourself with not identifying of what you make, like how much you profit alone, how much money you gain by yourself, how much money somebody important makes, how much you might be able to profit. Like, and I'm talking about this specific transit. It's not that you want to focus on that. It's more so you want to have control. Okay, Mars is all about control. Okay, second house is all about the uncontrollable. All right. See, with our five senses, right? Our five senses might be spiritually and realistic things in this world. For instance, I I can't touch the grass or I'll itch because I'm allergic to it. So that's not only a psychological reaction for myself, like, hey, don't go near grass. Like even though it looks good, don't go near grass. Don't roll in grass. Don't do anything. But my physical senses is damned by grass. Meaning during this placement, you might have certain spiritual allergic reactions, and you might have physical allergic reactions that your five senses isn't necessarily wanting, or it doesn't want to deal with. It wants to stay far away. It knows that it could get bad and it could get ugly, because Mars, you get it, Mars and Taurus ugly. It could get ugly in a way that doesn't fit who you are as an individual. Okay, so I know I just grabbed that analogy, but your five senses in general, um, everybody goes alongside their five senses, and their five senses is brought up from how you were born and then how you start growing up in general. Okay, so you notice like certain people, oh, I've been eating this as a kid. Oh, I've been doing these certain actions as a kid. Oh, this is how I normally get money in general. Like they're always going relating back to the past, because the past isn't really necessarily the past. Is always present. We just ignore that the past is always present. Okay, so one could be oriented and possessed off of things that they are used to. But with Mars being in Taurus, it will make you re-examine what you have been brought up from and where you would want to re-identify yourself to be in general. So if I've been eating something for 6 years, or I've been, let's say, having this cologne on because my grandpa or somebody important to me love this type of brand, okay, maybe you notice like this brand doesn't give you the same look as the same person you got it from. Like, hey, um, let's say I like a certain car. I like, let's say I like a Chrysler, or I like a Jeep, right? And I do. Let's say, oh, I like, for instance, I'm making, I start to have a fan of, because like liking Teslas. Okay. Um, the reasoning of re-identifying is simplistic. Now that I seen something different that looks good to the eye, but also have characteristics of a good car, that has things that is personable to me, that I feel like, hey, this car is one of my favorites now because it does this. It self drives. It's electric. It's just so different. But I'm so used to driving these type of cars, or I'm so used to always loving these and staying loyal to these cars. Mars and Taurus will put damages around things that is self-important for yourself, to show you that, hey, there is multiple things that could be important, just as important as the things we care about day to day. Okay, Mars and Taurus not only make you reevaluate what you consider important, but it goes out to your um, your uh your intimacy. It kind of wants to transform how intimate you are. And intimacy isn't necessarily sex, okay? Intimacy is how you would touch somebody, how you would talk to somebody, like in a good way. Intimacy is to bring you closer. Intimacy is not just, oh, I'm just trying to do that, I'm just trying. Intimacy is literally intimacy. Is meaning to bring one a bond closer, or bring a bond in general. Okay. So it could be light kisses, it could be light compliments, it could be things that your partner or somebody you are just you bond with well wanting to remaster how they give love, how they receive love too. Somebody could receive love like and don't know how to react off of it, like you didn't they don't even some people don't even say thank you. Now that Mars is in Taurus, you may receive things that is nice in general, but may not be in your particular sight of like what you would get for yourself. But since somebody got it for you that is important, Mars and Taurus wants you to kind of like reevaluate how you react off of something that you may not feel though is important or intimate for yourself. Okay, so kind of vice versa. How you might buy a gift from someone, how somebody might buy a gift for you. All right, it kind of brings that. Is this personable because I say it is, or is it personable because they say it is? Into question, but not to just question, but to construct in a way of, hey, I should be thankful. I should be thankful this person energy did this for me and came back to me. I should just be thankful just in general. I should learn the meaning of intimacy. What is Mars is in Taurus is what is love? What is intimacy? Okay. Mars and Taurus kind of wants you to focus on not only your your values, your self morals, all that, and this. It kind of wants you to focus on um, your significant partner's value. How do it kind of wants to retransform of, am I being loved by the ones that show me intimacy, whether it's sex, whether it's closetivity, whether it's day to day talking with somebody you care about or that cares about you. It want to reevaluate that. It wants to really get personable feedback from the people that is identifying that they are with you in general or with you in the long run, no matter the pace. Mars and Taurus wants to bring that stigma that money is important, but there's other ways to value one another. It's ways that I am valued as an individual. Okay. So Mars and Taurus also brings a kind of like a sinister and also violent nature of doing whatever it takes for self-worth, doing whatever it takes to show that I am the prized possession. I am possessed over my skill traits. I am possessed over what I view life as, what I view as living. Mars and Taurus wants to not only remake who you are, but it kind of wants to add. See, Mars in second house is requirements. Why is it requirements, Eli? Why would you say it's required? Because the five senses is required daily in daily life. And also your action on what you have to do, even when you don't want to do it. Certain things that people don't want to do, but they still have to do it. When people wake up their kids in the morning for school, they don't want to do that, but they still have to do it because their energy is presented in that path of what they have to do, because it's on them. They're the goer. It's all up to them. Who else is going to do it? You got a million answers, right? Who else is going to do this? Who else is going to do that? It's you. That's why I hate when somebody be like, somebody should make this, somebody should do that. And I wouldn't say I hate it, but I would say, oh, I hate when I hear somebody like, just in general, oh, somebody should make this, or somebody should make this invention. You the one who thought of it, and not in a rude way, but um you thought of it. Like, it's presented that you have that knowledge of thinking out the box that you could possibly do it. Mars and Taurus wants to bring that towards you. It wants you to feel good about what you are required to do spiritually and presentedly, like lively. meaning real world timing. It wants you to consist of doing that. Okay, it wants you to do that, or it's going to force you to do it. And if you don't want to do it, oh well, you're gonna have to do it with Mars and Taurus. Mars and Taurus could either mean somebody could go bankrupt, you could go bankrupt during this transit, or you can possibly hit the lottery. Or you may know someone that may gain a lot of um worldly value. Okay, this is the type of placement you might have known somebody for years. Then all of a sudden, like, they have a different people around them, they have a different crew, they don't have the people that known them as this their whole life. It's because Mars and Taurus, when it transit at this specific time, you wasn't supposed to have all those people that were with you in your livelihood, because 10 years from that time you were going to be a billionaire, you were going to be a millionaire. So wasn't going to be able to those people wasn't on your team. Not only that, but they were going to bring you down even more than what you've realized of what you have made today. So again, it kind of brings that rags to riches literally transit. Okay, you could be again in the worst circumstances a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, but now Mars and Taurus will put you in the best circumstance you've ever been in your life, to make you re-identify as something that you've never been before. Okay, or Mars and Taurus, if you because Mars is karma too. All right. South Node is karma, but Mars is karma too. But not only that is Mars is karma, second house is karma too. Second house is worldly karma. Okay. It doesn't leave. All right. Because of what you've done, it must come back around. So again, it could be the rags to riches, right? Or riches to rags type of placement. You've been doing all this fucked up shit to people that is close to you, not not caring, not expecting no type of revenge, or not expecting anything to swing back towards you. Mars and Taurus make sure that it swings back and give you a pounding. Okay, give you a pounding spiritually and give you a pounding realistically, meaning like where you can see, damn, I've been going through a lot. So Mars and Taurus will cut everybody from your livelihood of which who you used to know, who you used to be around all the time, 24/7.